Hi, Leo. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you. This is going to be your month at a glance, Leo. So we'll be looking at August. So if you have Leo anywhere in your chart, maybe you vibe with Leos, you could be a cross watcher, whatever the case may be, this reading may resonate for you. As always, this is an internet reading. We're going to take what resonates and we're going to leave what doesn't. Okay? For those of you that would like to book a personal reading with me, you could do that through email or form submission on my website. Leo, you will have to be gracious with me. I am struggling in the allergy department this week. I am very stuffy, but I am still going to get these readings out, okay? Let me move my drink. I have a drink with me so I can stay hydrated. Cross your fingers for me. Hopefully I am not getting sick and it is just allergies. But if you hear me sniffling and if I sound congested, it's because I am. But let's see what's going on and let's get into your month ahead, Leo. Let's see. Can I get a few more, please? We're going to be doing a Celtic cross. So the Celtic cross does give me sort of like an eagle eye into everything going on for you. So we'll be talking about a lot of different things. All right, can I get one for the outcome, please? Thank you. Cool. Okay, love to see that. Cool. Let's get into it, Leo. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. 3 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Okay, interesting. Leo, your challenge for August is processing heartbreak. There is some sort of upsetness, some sort of grief here that you are holding on to. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is kind of 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups can be infidelity. This could be romantic for some of you, but this could also be like your friend unit. 3 of Cups can be like interpersonal relationships. And the 10 of Wands is a heavy burden. 9 of Swords is anxiety. So it feels like you guys are sort of processing some sort of heavy grief here, or some very heavy emotions in August that I feel like have weighed you down for quite some time. It feels like something that you necessarily haven't really looked at for a while is what I want to say here. This feels a little bit older to me. This doesn't feel fresh. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. You start with the 7 of Cups. So I do feel like, Leo, there is a very big wounding here about not being chosen, about not feeling good enough. 7 of Cups is like feeling like an option. It's people that make us feel like an option, like we're not their first choice. And I feel like this is sort of what you're dealing with, but I also feel like because it's crossed by the King of Pentacles, so the King of Pentacles as a crossing card, the crossing card in the Celtic cross is either a help or a hindrance. This to me feels like you could have had a partner here that maybe they didn't cheat on you, but they chose work over you. Okay, this to me feels like we're talking very heavily about a wound, about people choosing money over their connection with you. And this could be family. This doesn't have to just be romantic, right? You know, I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandfather specifically didn't know how to show love. So he would just buy things for me. He would just buy my love. That we could be also talking about here. You know, this is not specifically romance. This could be anyone, a parental figure, anyone really that doesn't know how to express love. So they just sort of give us things. And it feels like some of you had a partner here or had someone that chose their work over you. You'd be like, oh, let's go out. They'd be like, no, I'm working. You know, or they'd pick up extra work when they could be spending time with you. It's like that sort of wounding that's going on here, Leo. And I feel like it's kind of, this makes sense as to like why it's been in your energy for a while now, because it feels like you haven't really looked at this or dealt with it. It's just kind of one of those things I feel like you kind of pushed it aside. And you were like, oh, it is what it is. Some of you, this is really specific, so only take it if it resonates. Some of you may have found your way into a little bit of like hyper promiscuity after this. Oh my God, what is this song? You're playing a song for me. This is an old song. It's not that old. I'm being dramatic. I think it's New Rules by Dua Lipa, because where she says, the only way to get over someone is to get under them. or something like that. I could be totally wrong here. I could be totally off base. So please do correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But that's basically what I'm hearing. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. I feel like some of you guys took that to a little bit of an extreme here. I was like, you kind of, the pendulum swung really far over for some of you guys. And it feels like you were substituting self-worth with you can't make it up. The Devil and the Ace of Wands and the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. Oh, babe. A lot of you guys swung really far over to, like I said, hypersexuality, to this place of, well, I want to feel loved, so I'm gonna feel loved. Okay, and I feel like some of you guys, there was a deep, like, this compounded the wounding is what I'm hearing, because it created a new wound where you were only as good. This is very 18 plus reading. Let me put that out there. I mean, I have the age restriction off anyway, but it compounded it to the point where you were like, okay, I'm only as good as how gratifying I am. And I feel like this created a lot of crossed wires in the brain. Like, I feel like this rewired your brain in a very unhealthy way, Leo. I gotta be honest here. I feel like it caused you some issues, specifically around, like, well, what's my worth? You know, I want this, but they only want that, so what's the truth here? You know, I think a lot of you guys lost sight of your authenticity and lost sight of, you know, why you were getting into romantic entanglements in the first place. You know, it was for love. A lot of it, for a lot of you guys, it was for a commitment, for a relationship. But because of what happened, it feels like you swung really heavily to the other side, like I said, and then it was suddenly about, well, how can I feel the best as quickly as possible? And I feel like this is, I always use the term Band-Aid on a bullet wound. That's kind of what you guys did here, right? You had this like giant gaping hole in your hand and you smacked a Band-Aid on it and you were like, I'm good. Are we good? I don't think we are, Leo. Okay, because even in your challenge here, it's the Chariot and Judgment. And for a lot of you, it's why you still entertain people that circle back around. You know, some of you have a problem with finality, like letting go of things for good. And it's, you leave the door open for people because of this place of, well, I want to feel good. I want to be accepted and I want to be worthy and all of this stuff. And it feels like your guides are like, you are worthy, period. They're letting you know that, like, you are worthy without having to do all these extra steps. I tell all my collectives and all my clients that worthiness has no prerequisite. I don't have to be, and you don't have to be, people don't have to be sexually desirable to be worthy of love. You don't, okay? That desire is something that comes for a lot of people after love. You know, I am, so for instance, I'll give you a real world example. Like, I am someone who, you know, the term for it is demisexual. I don't usually use that because not everyone knows it, but it just, I do not feel that kind of connection to someone unless I like them on a moral level, like a emotional, moral level. Then I will feel that sort of attraction. But for a lot of people, this is the truth. They just don't attach a label to it, you know. And I feel like what you guys need to understand here is that, like I said, this is really big for someone. You don't have to earn love through sexual intercourse, you know, or through sexual, like being sexually desired, okay? Because in your headspace here, you've got the Queen of Cups. Leo, you're very emotional. Queen of Cups is like feminine water energy. You could have Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. It could be anywhere in your chart. But if that feminine water energy, the Queen of Cups feels emotional depth. Okay, I always say, like, Queen of Cups is that part of you that wants someone to know you in the 10-foot deep section of the pool. Okay, it's like we want to be seen on a soul level. We want to be perceived on a very deep emotional level. And I feel like, Leo, you are no stranger to that here, okay? The Sun, yeah. You are out here looking for what makes you, what's included in the happy ending. Obviously, I tell all my clients and my collectives, we are our own happy endings, okay? You don't have to be, like, in a romantic relationship to have a happy ending. You don't have to have a house to have a happy ending. You don't have to, all these things that we attach, the car, the whatever it is, okay? None of these things are our happy endings. We are, okay? Every day I wake up with myself, and every morning I go to sleep with myself. If I don't love myself unconditionally, if I don't support myself, and I am not happy with myself, something's wrong. What am I doing? Okay? Because you've got the Sun, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. I feel like a lot of you guys, the shift that's kind of coming in for you in August is a very large shift in different ways. It feels like it is affecting everything, not just your romantic entanglements, but it's you waiting for what you deserve. You know, I feel like if this is career, you know, you go into a job interview and they lowball you by like 10 grand, okay, then that's not for me. They won't raise it. They won't meet me where I'm at. Okay, then this position isn't for me. I gotta go. You know, it's like a lot of you guys are stepping into this energy. It's very boss bitch, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. For August, of like, I know what I deserve and I am not settling. You know, I think a lot of you guys are also tackling the part of you that wants you to settle because you want to be gratified, but like the gratification comes from you. Gratification comes from inside of us. If we feel good about what we're doing, if we feel good about where we're going, that's it. There's your I almost said gratification. You know, like, I don't need someone to tell me, for instance, if I'm a good tarot reader. I'll take the compliment. It's great when people are like, I love your readings. I love that. But like, if someone is like, oh, I don't like your readings, it doesn't affect me because I like my readings. I'm gratified by my readings. Okay? You have to do the same thing here, Leo. Okay? Let's say you are, I don't know, you write songs. If someone says to you, you know, I don't really like this song, okay, that's fine. I love this song. I wrote this song and it speaks to me. That's what matters. Gratification comes from within, just like happiness. It doesn't come from someone being like, oh my God, Leo, I love that song that you wrote. Okay, yeah, that's great, but I'm not going to base how I feel about my songwriting skills off of whether or not someone likes my song. Do you see what I mean here? Same thing if you were knitting, crocheting, making art. If someone doesn't like your art, that's fine. As long as you like your art, you like the scarf you made, you like the coat you made, that's all that matters. Point blank, period. I had a phase in my life where I was crocheting a lot. I have in my closet like 3 gigantic, chunky, crocheted scarves that I've had people say to me, oh my God, these are just like way too big. I could never wear them. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't bother me, Leo. You guys need to get to the same exact place here. If someone doesn't like the things you're doing, this is August 2025, babe. It's not going to affect you. Why are you playing? This is funny. You're getting a lot of songs today, Leo. I feel like I mentioned a song earlier. Maybe that was the other reading I just did. It was the other reading. I'm losing my mind. But a lot of songs are coming through today. I feel like I might be connecting to people that are into music. Bulletproof? You'll have to forgive me. I don't remember who sings it. But she's like, this time, baby, I'll be bulletproof. That's where I feel like your August is really taking you, Leo. You're very much sitting in this energy of, like, yeah, you can say what you want to me, but it's not going to affect me, right? Because in your physical world, you've got the Knight of Wands. You do have some movement coming in here, Leo, which is interesting. I'm getting a little, I'm pivoting a little bit, I'm being told in this reading. Like, there may be, like, a physical move coming in for someone, or, like, a physical relocation. Because what they're showing me is, like, a, like, new apartment. If you're apartment hunting, there's probably something in this reading for you. What do you want to talk about here? 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, you're working really hard at this. Queen of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Okay, some of you could be parents, could be a mother here. Queen of Pentacles is a mom card for me. I don't feel like this is a mom issue, and I'm not getting mom wound. I'm getting, like, you're a mom. High Priestess and the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like some of you are moving in silence a little bit right now, which is probably the best thing for you to do. I feel like there's a big difference I'm hearing in, like, asking for advice and listening to advice that people are giving without prompt. Okay, so like if I go to my friend and I'm like, hey, I'm feeling this, like, what do you feel about it? That's very different than someone else randomly coming in and being like, Brian, I think this about you. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's almost jarring sometimes when people offer advice when it's like totally unprompted. I feel like some of you guys have people in your lives that are either like going out of their way to offer advice that like makes no fucking sense at the time, or is just not helpful. It's just kind of mean advice. It's like someone, let's say you love makeup and someone came up to you and was like, oh my God, you're so brave for using that color. I wouldn't use that color if I were you. Okay. Thanks. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's a difference between someone coming in, like, maybe I pull my friend aside and I'm like, maybe her whole outfit is shades of like beige and pink, and then her eyeshadow is like, I don't know, what clashes with pink really bad. I don't know. I'm partial to pink. This is a problem. But she has an eyeshadow on that clashes really bad with her outfit. I pull her aside. I'm like, hey, just let you know, like, your eyeshadow might not match the best to this. There's a very big difference between, number one, how you give said advice, but also, did she ask for my advice? Did she say to me, did she come up to me like, hey, like, how do you feel about this eyeshadow? If she doesn't, I'm not saying anything, babe. It's her makeup. I feel like some of you have people around you that offer opinions that are not appropriate and not asked for. So I feel like it is a little bit better for you guys to move in silence here. With that Knight of Wands, it feels like you're also kind of trying to do things differently in August. Like maybe, let's say for those of you that are moving, instead of just trying to find an apartment on your own, maybe you got a realtor. It's like you're doing something different here that you're not used to. And I feel like that's really positive. But also, like, I'm hearing zip your lips a little bit here, okay? Don't blab about this to people. Like, keep it between you and your family, okay? In the past here, you have the Nine of Wands. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've spent a long time sort of being this wounded warrior. I feel like for some of you, you had to tackle a lot of the negative self-beliefs here before you could embark on this journey of like, let's say you are moving and you are doing all this changing in August. You're like, well, I deserve this. I'm not asking for permission anymore. I feel like that's like a big shift for you, Leo, in this month is you're not asking for permission, which is really important as an adult, unless we're like, I don't know, I need to borrow my friend's car. Okay, yeah, I have to ask for permission. I want to go pierce my nose. I don't have to ask anyone for permission, babe. Even for those of us that like are in a partnership, if I had a partner and I want to go get a new piercing, I'm going to go get the new piercing. I'm going to be like, oh, hey, am I allowed to get this piercing? No, I'm just going to get it. Do you see what I mean here? You've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles. This is really positive, Leo. You're really like row your boat, and you're moving the fuck on. I love to see this. I do like to see the Six of Swords in the reverse, because Six of Swords in general is a positive card. It is about moving forward. Like, we get on our boat, we ride away. But like upright, the swords are piercing the hull of the boat. In the reverse, they're falling out of the boat. So it is, Six of Swords in reverse talks about moving on without the baggage. I'm leaving the swords behind. I'm not bringing them with me. This is really positive because with that Eight of Swords to the Six of Swords in reverse, you're freeing yourself. You really are setting yourself free here, Leo. August feels very positive. The Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you guys have built up some sort of nest egg here. It feels like you may have money set aside for this move, or like there may be some sort of money aspect here that Seven of Pentacles is like biding your time. Maybe you were waiting for a job, maybe you were waiting for something, but I feel like you are right at the precipice of this like really big transition that you are more than prepared for, Leo. Okay, you are very ready for this. I have no other way to say that, okay? And I love where your reading's going, because even in your near future, Ace of Swords, babe, we're not holding our tongue anymore. Okay, this is a really, really positive reading, Leo. I can't state it enough. Um, Ace of Swords is you sort of like letting the world know what the fuck is up. Okay, right? Like, this is a very powerful reading for you guys. Death. Death is here twice, which I think is really interesting. We haven't gotten to where it is, but it's literally the next position. With death, like, you're letting your ego go. You're changing. Strength. Oh my god, this is fabulous. This is really, really fabulous. You know, death and strength, you are letting go of everything that was limiting you before, and now you're just kind of going out into the world and being like, well, this is me. Literally no other cards are coming out. The Tower at the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Cups. This is going to attract love into your life, babe. Okay? The Tower and the Ace of Cups, by you showing the world that you love yourself enough to make tough decisions, to change, to alter your life, excuse me, you are showing the world that you are ready for the love, excuse me, the purpose confirmation that you are asking for here. Okay, this is like really good, Leo. I don't really even have anything left to say. Four of Pentacles. Again, I think in the past here, this is just, you should have more pride. Okay, in the past, I feel like with that Four of Pentacles, you were very reserved, you were very held back. And now I feel like you're finally hitting that place of, this is me. Take it or leave it, babe. You know, I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself authentically. Because the way my guides are saying this is there are two very different sort of take me or leave me. There's the first one, which is the unhealthy one, which is, you know, I'm sure you guys have run across these people that are really mean or like they're just really hyper judgmental. And then they're just like, well, this is just who I am. That's not really who you are. That's a defense mechanism. That's like really unhealthy. Okay. But then you meet those people like, you know, that are super authentic. You know, I always think of those like ladies at the farmer's market and they have that like really funky long skirt and they're in their sneakers and they got that really long bag and they're just kind of like them. And people are like, wow, like this is such an ugly outfit, and they don't care because they're just themselves. Okay, that's the version of you that you're turning into, where people are like, you know, for instance, if someone says to me like, oh wow, like if I were you, I wouldn't have tattooed my face. Well, babe, good fucking thing you're not me, you know, because like I don't care. I choose to customize my character. I choose to look however I want, and you're not going to bother me just simply because you wouldn't do it. Okay, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do, and I don't go up to people that do them and tell them, oh my god, I would never get a hair transplant. That's not my business. Do you know what I mean? Because even how you're viewing yourself, death. You could have Scorpio in your chart. This is like strong Scorpio energy. You know, you are really just absolutely letting go of expectations here. You know, I feel like you are really in this really positive mindset of I'm going to be authentic, and if you don't like what that authentic me looks like, then you don't need to be in my life. And that's perfectly acceptable, Leo. We are allowed to show up. If I have a friend that is always commenting on how much they hate my face tattoos, that's not a friend I need in my life. It's the same thing. I am showing up authentically. The Empress! Yes, bitch! You are showing up so authentic and so empowered and beautiful and just absolutely stellar. Okay? That's the only word I can think of right now is stellar. Okay? And it's so pleasant to see here, Leo. This is a very, very nice reading. Okay? Seven of Cups. You're not worrying about who's showing up for you and who's not, because you know, as an Empress, the Empress is that knowledge of whoever's meant to find me will find me. That's it. You know, no other cards. That's all they want, apparently. You know, Empress and the Seven of Cups, I tell my clients all the time, we don't chase, we attract, number one, Empress energy. But also, everything happens for a reason. You know, all my friends that I've made through the internet, I would not have made had I not made a TikTok. Had I not made a TikTok, would I have met the friends that I was meant to meet? Had I not met the friends I was meant to meet, would I have even started YouTube? Would I even have a Discord server? Would I even have a website? I don't know. You know, it's like we meet everyone on purpose. Everything happens for a reason, but you're also recognizing that If they're meant to find me, they will. If someone is meant to be in your life, they will be in your life. That's it. There is no cosmic formula here. There is no, they will find a way into your life. There's always that trope of like right person, wrong time. If it's meant to be right person, right time, they will come back. You will find your way to one another again. Okay, but this goes for friends and chosen family and everything. Okay, Leo, you're recognizing in that Empress energy, like, I am myself, I am me, and if I am meant to meet these people, they will find me. I will find them. It is the same thing. Your superpower right now is the Six of Wands, which is victory. I do love to see this. I feel like your superpower right now is also, because they're almost giving me like Six of Wands in reverse. Like it's almost like you're not afraid of failing. This is it sounds bad, but when we're not afraid of setbacks, because we can't fail, right? There's no failing. The only time we fail is if we don't do something. If I need to go to the dry cleaner and I don't go to the dry cleaner, I failed to go to the dry cleaner. Okay, I could understand that. But like if I try to draw something and it doesn't look as good as I hoped, but I drew it, I didn't fail. I still did it. I feel like a lot of you guys are recognizing this, and it's kind of your superpower right now. You're like, okay, maybe I go out and I do look for a place I want to live, and maybe I don't find it today, but at least I went out. At least I contacted someone. I started. And I feel like that's a really, really big turning point for you here in August, Leo. You're not afraid anymore. I feel like you're just like, okay, what's meant to happen is going to happen. I'm just going to go. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I feel like some of you guys in the past with the Hermit, like if things didn't go your way, you would like recede back into your life and hide away. And I feel like now, yeah, Four of Wands and the Five of Wands, you're more committed to growth than you are to protecting yourself from being hurt. Being hurt is a part of life. We are going to get hurt. We are going to feel pain. It is just simply human experience. Okay? I feel like a lot of you guys are recognizing your own power in healing, your own power in building yourself back up, in coming back from being hurt. And that's where your true strength lies. Not in your ability to not get hurt. We're going to get hurt. It's just part of life. You guys are more like, okay, if I get hurt, I can manage it. I have the tools. I am self-sufficient and I will move forward. Hello? You're like a new person, Leo. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what you did, but this is like brand new bitch energy, and I'm actually living for it, okay? Because even your hope right now is the Empress. Babe, you don't need to hope because you're already in the energy. You're already doing it. I feel like some of you are like, oh, I want to be an Empress. Babe, you're already fucking doing it. You're already showing up authentic, empowered, beautiful, stunning, show-stopping, never seen before, always different. You don't need to worry about whether or not you can do it because you're literally there, Two of Swords, King of Cups. You can't see it because it's like a disconnect for you with that King of Cups. It's like, so be careful with, I sometimes refer to this as like spirituality on steroids. If we are always in a place of, sometimes people can fall a little bit into that spiritual pit of like, well, I need to heal this and then I need to heal that. And I'm never healed and I'm always healing, and which means I'm never actually healed because I'm always healing. And so I got to find the next thing to heal, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. It becomes almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. Don't fall into that pit, babe. You're very healed. You're showing up very high energy right now, very resourceful, very good at coping. You're showing up in a very, very good energy. You don't need to blind yourself by thinking there's just something else to heal and then another thing to heal. And then of course, we're always healing, of course. But we have to give ourselves credit for showing up as good as you're showing up here. Okay? This is probably the most positive reading I've done in a very long time, Leo. Okay? This is very, very good. Okay? Work it. Your outcome is the Queen of Swords. Do your thing, Leo. Strategize. You know, tap into your intellect, your intellectual side, your intellect, your intellectual side. Make a plan. You are sitting in such a good energy right now. It is like prime time plan. Make your plan, follow through with it, and live your dream here, okay? This is not the time to dawdle. This is not the time to, again, sit around wondering, am I healed enough? Yes, you are. You are healed, you are capable, and you are strong. So go out and do it, all right? Three of Swords in the reverse. You've released the heartbreak. You've moved on from it. Leo, you're like unstoppable right now. Ace of Swords. That's it. Honestly, that's all I'm taking. Wheel of Fortune, bottom of the deck. King of Pentacles. I can't make it up. I'm taking the Wheel of Fortune. Three of Swords in the reverse. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Babe, I want to know what you did. I want to know what the secret to this is. Okay? Because you are truly ready to face the world. You've done your healing. You've released your heartache. August is a really positive, forward momentum month for you. This is truly queen shit, king shit, whatever you prefer. King, queen, I don't know, monarch. I don't know. I truly, I don't know. But whatever you prefer here, this is so positive. There's so much good movement in this reading. There's so much success and positivity. Okay, you absolutely are crushing it, Leo. Do not lose sight of that. Okay? This is your time. It truly is your time. Okay? All right, let's get you an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. I use this in every reading, literally fucking ever. I love it. This deck, it's like my favorite oracle deck right now. But let's see what your angels have to say. This deck is a reimagining of the falling of the angels, which is why I like it a lot, because it kind of strips away like the religious trauma. It's a very, very good deck. I highly recommend it. Interesting. Your card is the Destroyer. Ananiel. Ananiel? Ananiel? I'm not really sure how to say it. And this is his persona after the fall. So the cards are split up into, like, the fall, and then they're what happens to them after the fall, like before and after. It is also number 87 for those of us that are into numerology. Okay. There is an urge inside all of us to watch what we've built get destroyed. It's not always the correct choice, but all things come to an end eventually. It might be time to wipe the slate clean. There may be an opportunity to indulge in smashing something apart. Leo, I have no words. I have no words left, okay? Clean the slate, babe. Start fresh. Do whatever you want to do here. Do what you're dreaming of. Do what you're passionate of, because the time has never been more ripe, okay? Leo, I'm going to end your reading there. That is your month at a glance. So good, so positive. If this reading resonates with you, or if my style resonates with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 200 subscribers. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. You can find me Wednesday and Friday. Yes, Wednesday, Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST, which by the time this video post will be, it should be Saturday. It is Saturday. I should be on. I also have a Discord server, like I mentioned, if you want to keep up with the community. We have a really great positive community there, as well as any updates about me. All my stuff is there on the Discord server, which you can find if you just pop into Twitch. We always have the link open. So I leave you with that. Leo, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. I hope to see you on Twitch, and if not, I will see you in the next video. Okay? Bye!